Hello. Thanks for joining us again on the channel. I've been wanting to talk about this for ages, and now that a friend finally got one, we can dive into his experience. Quick note before we begin. There's a discount link in the description and the top comment if you want to check it out. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Now, let's hear directly from our first reviewer about their experience.
This reviewer prefers to spend some real time with a product before weighing in. After putting this router through its paces, our client found it to be a very capable performer. In terms of core functionality, it's a definite upgrade over a previous device, offering better signal strength, more stable connections, and faster speeds. It hasn't randomly dropped connected devices, which was a constant frustration before. The web interface for managing settings is also decent enough for most users, with a good number of controls available in its advanced mode. However, a key feature our reviewer was excited about came with a major disappointment: the USB port for network storage. While the idea of plugging in a portable drive for easy file sharing is great, the device's compatibility is surprisingly limited. It only works with older file systems like NTFS and FAT32, but crucially lacks support for exFAT. For anyone not deep into tech, this is a big deal because exFAT is the modern standard that works seamlessly between Windows and Mac computers. Most newer portable drives come formatted this way. This limitation means that a modern USB drive likely won't work with this router out of the box. The alternatives are problematic. NTFS isn't fully compatible with Macs, and FAT32 can't handle files larger than 4 GB, making it useless for things like 4K movies or large backups. The only fix is to reformat a drive, which wipes all its data and isn't a simple task for the average user. This single, frustrating oversight keeps the device from being truly great. While it's a solid router for Wi-Fi, this one flaw makes our client wary of the brand's attention to current standards and is a major drawback if you plan on using the USB sharing feature.
Alright, let's find out what our next reviewer has to share.
This reviewer, a self-described senior citizen with limited computer experience, recently decided to upgrade their decade-old router with a newer model from the same company. The initial setup, however, proved to be a bit of a challenge. Our reviewer found the installation instructions confusing, particularly a warning about other networks connected to the modem. This led them to contact customer service, who they found to be incredibly patient and responsive. While there was a slight communication barrier due to technical jargon, the support team persistently worked through the issue via chat and email, eventually clarifying that the instructions simply meant to ensure no other devices were physically connected to the modem during setup. A second hurdle appeared once the hardware was in place. The quick setup guide seemed to suggest the internet was ready to use, but the connection was unstable. This client discovered that the instructions didn't adequately highlight a crucial final step for Windows 11 users: manually navigating deep into the operating system's network settings to select and secure the new Wi-Fi network. Once properly connected, however, the performance of this Wi-Fi router has been excellent. The user reports getting speeds that are even faster than what their internet provider advertises. While they still notice a tiny bit of buffering on a few specific websites, it's brief and they don't believe the new device is the cause. They also noted that this unit handles channel selection automatically. Customer service reassured them that the system is designed to optimize this on its own. Overall, despite the initial setup hiccups, the experience was overwhelmingly positive. This client gives high praise to the customer support for their patience, and the device itself is performing beautifully, delivering a fast and stable connection. The only real point of criticism was directed at the setup guide, which could have been clear.
Awesome. Let's hear what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer was a bit hesitant to replace their ancient router, even though it was on its last legs. Speed wasn't a concern, just the occasional need for a reboot. The thought of setting up a new one after a past failed attempt was daunting. Our client's initial experience with this wireless router was far from smooth. However, after a couple of frustrating weeks, they realized the issues were self-inflicted. The first mistake was clinging to a very old Ethernet cable, figuring if it worked before, it would work now. This led to an incredibly unstable wireless connection, dropping every few minutes. Replacing it with a newer cable offered a brief respite before the problems returned, along with wireless printing woes. The second critical error involved using the old power adapter due to a hard-to-reach outlet. After more frustration and research, switching to the adapter included with the router finally solved the connectivity issues. It turned out that heeding the advice to use new cables was essential. The only remaining hurdle was getting the printer to work wirelessly. The client had reinstalled the printer driver during the period of unstable internet, but it didn't solve the problem. A second reinstall, following slightly different steps, finally resolved it. Despite a moderate level of technical expertise, relying on internet research to navigate unfamiliar terms and solutions proved crucial. Using the same network name and password as before saved the hassle of reconfiguring all the wireless devices. Now, with a new Ethernet cable and the included adapter, this user is finally getting the internet speeds they've been paying for and enjoys a stable connection.
That's it for today's review. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let's chat. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.